Hi and welcome to the channel. A couple of days ago I put on a video about how life on benefits isn't an easy life. And as such, as usual, you get two types of comment. You get the supportive comment from people who know what it's like or know someone who knows what life on benefits is really like. And then you get the arseholes. So what I thought I'd do, because I don't put these on the, I moderate them so they don't get put onto the comment section below the video, I thought I'd address some of the points that people have come up with. Someone wrote that if I could make YouTube videos like this one, I can work. Doesn't work that way. Because to do these videos, all I need is either my laptop camera, webcam, or my phone. I press start, I speak. Sometimes I will write a script, and those ones are usually the ones I do on my laptop. It takes me hours to do a script, especially since I had COVID. And I can do it in my own time, and I can do it when I'm feeling well. No real effort is put into making these videos. A lot of people are the same. They just sit or stand or whatever and talk to the camera. But they'll have a flashy intro at the beginning with a bit of music and loads of flashy things telling you to subscribe and press the like button and all that. No, I just stand or sit and I talk to the camera and sometimes read off of a script. But if you look back across all the time I've been on YouTube, you'll notice there are huge gaps where I don't produce videos. That's because I'm not well enough to produce videos. So you've got to be able to work, to hold down a real job, you have to be able to be reliable, to be able to commit to, just for instance, 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. I can't do that. I don't know what I'm going to be, how I'm going to be feeling or what I'm going to be feeling from hour to hour, let alone from day to day. So just because I can stand up and do these videos doesn't mean to say that I can hold down a job. Big fallacy. You can make videos, you can do a job. Doesn't work that way. Someone has done the immigrant card. If you're an immigrant, you'll get everything. Again, not true. But I can't prove that. So let's just assume they do get everything. We, and I mean the UK, is probably part of the problem in the country that they've run away from because of our foreign policy. And it is up to us as a society to at least take in the people that we have caused a problem for. Now, those are what I've listed as the fallacies. Now I'm going to go on to the attacks. I love these ones. I've worked for 50 years, so get a job, you're lazy. If life on benefits is that hard, get a job. And someone actually put, you feel that I'd feel better in jail. Because, you know, free food, lodging, and then dragged it round to the subject of immigrants. Well, no, I wouldn't feel better in jail. Yes, it would take a lot of the stress out of the housing situation and worrying about whether I'm going to eat or not. But I don't particularly want to be buggered by the cell blocks whatever they call them. And knowing my luck, I'd be put in a cell with another person, and that wouldn't work for me. Put me in solitary, maybe. I've worked for 50 years to get a job. Yeah, well, I worked too. And it was the last job I had that brought me to this. Because I was willing to take any job. Because the job before my last job, I was made redundant from. The week before Christmas, 2003. And I wasn't even paid for that week. I went into the bank to get my money out because we'd been given our pay slips. I went in and, according to my then wife, when I found out I hadn't been paid, I collapsed and I went entirely white. So I went out and got any job I could, and I ended up as a security guard. I was warned that the guy before me had become so antisocial, so because you get faced as basically the person people go to when they're angry, because it was in a multi-story car park. So whenever anything went wrong, it was your fault. And he then, when he needed to leave, when it had destroyed his mental health so much, he ended up on the night shift because he can't deal with people. I already had a problem dealing with people, but I was managing to keep it under control. Unfortunately, I ended up, even though I was warned that it would affect my mental health, and the guy who hired me knew I had a mental health problem because I made it absolutely clear up the front. I ended up becoming so antisocial I couldn't continue with the job, and I left, and I wanted to go back to work. I wanted to get help, do 6 months, and then actually go out and get another job. Just try and get help for 6 months, get myself on some medications that might work, and then maybe try and get some therapy or counselling or anything. And it just spiraled. Couldn't really get the help when I needed it, and I was taking courses at the adult college to make me more employable, get those transferable skills. Everything that I did during those years broke me. And because I've got a mental health problem, and because there is still a problem with perception, many employers won't take someone on who's got a mental health problem. Because one, they don't know how to help them, and two, they assume they're going to take a lot of time off. Until I had my last problem and I had to walk off of the job, and yes, I did have to give it in. I wasn't sacked, I gave it in voluntarily because I could not take it. But before then, I was hardly taking any time off at all. Including when I had a breakdown at work. I took a week off and then I went straight back to work. Because I knew that if I took any time off, pull a sickie or anything like that, the more times you do that, and when you find out you've got a mental health problem, they will use that against you. So I never pulled a sickie. I used to come in to work with colds, flu, whatever. I even flew back from America from my honeymoon when I was told I shouldn't fly. I flew back with pneumonia. I was told I shouldn't fly, and yet I still came back because I didn't want to let down the firm that was hiring me at the time. So it's bullshit. You can't necessarily get a job. And because of my other problems, I didn't really come out of school with the best of qualifications. So the stuff that I am qualified for is being replaced by automation, and I've got the mark against me that I've got a mental health problem. So it's not so easy. There aren't the jobs out there, and people, prospective employers, look at a mental health diagnosis and go, fuck him. So get a job. Yeah, fine. You find me a fucking job that I can actually handle, that will not mean I have to commit to a certain amount of hours on a certain amount of days, because I can't do that either. And I've got physical health problems that stop me doing certain physical jobs, which again are the only sort of jobs that I'm qualified to take. I'm much more intelligent than my qualifications say I am. But employers don't care about what your actual abilities are. They look at the bits of paper you came out with. So those are the attacks. Someone brought in a thing saying, again, bringing it back about migrants again as well, immigrants. But it said they're concocting a problem that they will sell the solution of digital ID. That's probably true. They want to get digital ID so they can screw you, take away your freedoms. Not just take not to stop fraud or anything like that. It's to keep a track on you. Anyway, the last one was quite a long story. So I'll tell you the brief outline of it. He said that he gets 30 quid a week. He said he's homeless, living in a shed on a mountain. Well, I don't know what the 30 quid comes from. I really don't know. If he's living in a shed, it must have very good Wi-Fi or mobile reception, because when he put the comment on, it was the middle of the night. I'm 60. Oh, good luck. I'm 55 this month. Doesn't really bother me. But this is where his entire story falls down. He's got no health problems. He's attacking me for taking benefits that he doesn't get because he's homeless but living in some sort of shed. But he's got no health problems. I've got health problems that stop me from working. Now, if he is genuinely homeless, then that's a terrible thing. I hope someone offers him a place somewhere. But you can't use your I'm homeless but I've got no health problems to say that someone who's on disability benefits doesn't deserve them. He also says that he's got no habits regarding drugs, tobacco or alcohol, so he's not paying any money into the government, and he used a word I won't use on here because it's one of those words that gets flagged. It's not swearing, it's a type of person who enjoys children, let's say. He said that this guy should be grateful for any help he gets. When have I ever said that I'm not grateful? Never. I am grateful for the money I get. It still doesn't alter the fact that what I get doesn't allow me to heat my flat in the winter. And I have to pay some of my rent out of what little I get. I also pay towards my council tax because rent and council tax are not fully paid. I don't know whether everyone is in that position, but if we are, as someone I used to know said, I don't mind paying towards my rent and council tax. Makes me feel like I'm contributing. But with the cost of living keep going up and the benefits not keeping in equal measure, it's not going up properly, then we're actually living on less. I'm lucky. When they took my benefits away from me for a DWP mistake, I had to live for a month on £100. And I have got used to being able to budget fairly well. Doesn't mean to say I'm always going to do it. And then he concluded with all your gob and energy, why don't you find a hobby to earn cash? You're lazy. Again, hobbies do not necessarily turn into jobs, and jobs are hard to get if you've got a mental health problem that, yes, I have cycles and I can tell you exactly when at certain times of the year I'm going to go downhill. About now will start my mid-year cycle, and at the end of the year is my end of year cycle. But I also am triggered by stressful situations, and I can just have a depressive period. Full stop. No warning, it just happens. So I'm not lazy. If I could do this and actually make it pay by having subscribers who actually pay and all that, then I'd do that. But I can't produce enough content and I don't get enough viewers. So telling me that I'm lazy, I'm not. If it wasn't for all the physical and physical health problems and the neurological and psychological problems I have, I'd be as productive as anyone else. So what I do is, when I can, I do videos like this. Not just on this, but on any subject. So I'm at least giving an opinion. I'm adding to the knowledge of society and not just taking. I can't help being ill. No one who has a disability wants to be stuck at home, not being able to do anything. But I'll leave you with this. I stay at home and away from people because I am actually protecting the people around me, because I have violent mood swings. And I've also got a loss of control. If I'm around people, I will be made worse. And I can't guarantee that I won't get physically violent along with my emotional violence. I can't be around people. There are very few jobs that you can do that you do not deal with people at some point. I can manage small interactions, but large interactions are out. So I'm protecting society. I am actually earning my money by staying away. And as I said, by doing videos like this, pointing out where things are going wrong, bringing the truth about living on benefits and the benefit system. This is all knowledge that people need to know. Whether you believe it or not is up to you. But I have never lied once on any of my videos regarding my personal experiences or what I believe in. And that's where I'll leave it. If you found it interesting or annoying, I don't really care what your criteria is for liking a video, but if it meets that criteria, then please click the like button. Tell me what you think in the comments below. If you're like the people I've been discussing in this video, you won't see it on the comment section, but I will. And who knows, I might do another video on it. But you may have noticed I don't give their names, because that's naming and shaming, and as much as I'd love to, I'd rather not. Takes the oxygen out of their arguments. They are non-entities as far as anyone else is concerned. But by reading out roughly what they say, not verbatim repeating it, I am making them well aware who I'm talking about. And if you want to see more videos from me, when I'm up to it, when I can get round to doing the stuff that I need to make the videos, and I have got that new series I'm planning, then click the subscribe button. It's nice to see I've got some new subscribers recently. And click the notification bell so you know when a new video's been dropped. And I hope to see you again soon.